Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today we are giving you a sneak peek at our upcoming May 2023 release. We're celebrating grads and dads with this release. Today is also National Scrapbooking Day. You can save 15% off in our shop on our stamps, dies, and stencils with the code on your screen throughout this weekend. So since it's National Scrapbooking Day, I thought I would make a very special scrapbook page. I have not scrapbooked in a long time. In fact, the last scrapbook I completely finished was this one right here from a vacation my family took in 2014. And it was a really special trip to me. I got to reconnect with my dad, who I did not get a chance to grow up with, and maybe do a little bit of healing there in relationships. So I really love this scrapbook, and recently came across my favorite picture of my dad, which I had misplaced. So I scanned it, printed out a new one so I could make a scrapbook page using some of these new things coming up in our May release, like this stamp set right here called Smarty Pants. It has a coordinating die. I'll use a sentiment from that set today, and then we have our double line checked background, and then we have our stitched pocket die set. We have a new Simply Sentimental, and it's all about dad. This is made to go with the Simply Sentimental Mom from our April release, and you can use the sub sentiments from that with this one. All right, on to this double line, I think it's double line plaid stamp set. It's a background set, 6x6. I'm going to ink it up with some faded jeans ink and stamp it kind of really lightly and willy wonky from each corner there, and that's going to give me a kind of plaid look, but in the background on this 6x8 piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to take the same ink, water it up, and splatter it down onto the cardstock. I wanted a little bit of a messy look because you might have seen from the photo that my dad was a cowboy. That was his job, that was his life. And so I wanted to give this just a little bit of a Western feel to it. And in the photo, he's standing like by the barn. And so I wanted there to be just that kind of grungy look. So for my pocket, I wanted to die cut it from some cardstock that is also with the faded jeans. So I put a little ink down onto a white piece of cardstock with my sponge dauber, but I didn't want it to be perfect inking, and I wanted to also splatter it so it would be a little bit faded looking. So you'll see when I finish this, it looks like pretty smooth ink blending, even though I don't feel like it was when I started. And that's like the magic of splatter, and the ink really kind of settles into the paper after a little bit. So don't worry all the time if your ink blending does not look perfect at first, especially if you're adding splatter. So you can see there's a score line here. It's very close to the stitched line. So when you want to fold this pocket to actually make it a pocket, you want to really focus on the score line and not just willy-nilly fold it. So I like to fold it up towards myself and kind of use my fingernail to get in that crease to make sure I'm folding it on the right spot, and then fold them back. And this will make a great pocket on the front of your cards or whatnot for a gift card also. I'm going to darken up the edges a little bit with my Distress Oxide. I had a little bit of the white core of the paper show through, but also I just really wanted that dark edge. So I did that on all the sides. And then I wanted to add a little bit more like realistic detailing to this. So I took a gold gel pen and I am just tracing over those stitched lines, and that really gives it the look of like Wrangler jeans where you have the gold stitching. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks. And then there's even more detail you can add to this by using the die, the other die in this set, and you can cut out some little grommets. And so I did that from gold to match and put those in each corner. Like that. I love it. All right, now let's make a little handkerchief to go in the pocket. This stamp here is from the last release. I don't know why that is so super shaky, but it's the reversed floral stamp set, another background set, and it's 6x6. I inked it up with some campfire ink. I wanted a little bit of an orangey undertone to my red. I felt like it would go with the colors in the photo better. I also spritzed this with some water just to give it a little bit more of a worn look. It doesn't show up too much, but you know, love is in the details, so I had to do it. All right, so I now am taking a tool and kind of rounding this up. I wanted to just kind of fold it so it would look a little more organic than if I just cut it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'll glue this into the pocket there and have it stick out. I kind of wanted it to go to the side a little bit, so I did that, and I think it is so darn cute. Next, I have this Simply Sentimental Love. Now, this has been out for a while, but it has this block that has the word love like carved into the rubber. So when you stamp it, the block is red and the letters are white. And I thought this would be a perfect little tag for my pocket. Now I know I kind of made them look like Wranglers with the gold stitching, and this kind of red tag on the side is more like Levi's, but you know, it is my own pocket. So I dressed it up how I liked and stuck that on the edge. Next, let's pull out that new Simply Sentimental Dad. I am in love with this. It's so sweet. And I am going to use one of our new self-adhesive sheets to die cut the word dad. So I just cut off a piece big enough for my die. I'm going to stick it on the back of my red cardstock and make sure that it's close to the same size as the cardstock so I don't scoot it around and not get adhesive on the back. And then when I remove these letters and peel off the backing, they're already sticky for me, which is so nice with intricate dies. And then I can just easily stick them down. I don't have to worry about glue seeping out. And I love that Trinity now has these sheets in the shop. So I had to use them up on today's, well, I didn't use it up. I'm going to savor them, but I'm going to use it a lot. Next, I have that Smarty Pants stamp set, and I am going to emboss this on some dark blue cardstock with white powder. So I need embossing ink, so it's thicker and stays wetter longer, which allows you to pour powder on it. Then you heat up that powder, melt it with your heat tool, and you have a nice raised up and shiny sentiment with white on a dark color. I love embossing. It's still magical after all these years of card making. All right, so that was die cut out with a coordinating die with a nice bubble cut. I then took a piece of black cardstock that I had on hand that has a white core. So it's kind of cheaper cardstock, but I really liked that look. I wanted a little touch of black because his hat is like black. So I thought this on the edge just really added to that kind of shabby look that I was going for. I added that to my 6x8 page. Now I wanted the page to be vertical and not horizontal. However, it'll all fit on here better that way. So I used some more of our double stick tape. I've used the skinny, that 1/8 of an inch on my love tag, and then I used the 1/4 of an inch double stick tape on the pocket itself. And that is new to the shop, our double stick rip tape, and I will be using this a ton. I use double stick tape a lot, so I'm really excited about all the new adhesive products we have coming out in the May release. So I've added my elements to my page, and I really wanted to just add a little bit of ink to the edge because it's going to give it more of that shabby look and really help draw your eye into the center of the card with all the white that's going on. But I really like the white because of his bright white shirt. So this is my favorite photo of my dad, and I'm really excited to have like a page kind of dedicated to him. And I'm going to add this to the back of my scrapbook to kind of complete it. Just a little like special reminder of that trip. And yeah, the repaired relationship with me and my dad is so special to me. I feel very lucky to have gotten to have that in my lifetime because I know some people do not. So yeah, very thankful for that. So there's my page added to my book, and I know I have that in there to look at every time I pull out this book. And I do love to look at this book because it's one of the few that I actually like finished about one specific event. So I'm very proud of it. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I know it's different because it's scrapbooking, but if you like to scrapbook, or maybe you did in the past, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you. And I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Make sure you stay tuned for more sneak peeks for our upcoming May 9th release.